Hey, what's up, fam? GM, happy Thursday. And I got to time that up just a little bit better. I'll get it though, man.
I was wondering because that hey, what's up, man? I was like, oh, shit. Hey, man.
Hey, we're live.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Welcome to the Web3 breakfast.
Hey, man, we're live. Did you get your pancakes, your flapjacks?
I did get my flapjacks over there. I like my eggs scrambled with a little bit of cheese on. You know what I mean? That's how I like my. You know, look, we ain't heard from Aunt Shirley in a minute.
Where is it?
You know, I like my stuff. I'm like, she's back in Ohio, back and forth. She got some legal issues. You know how Aunt Shirley get it done. You know, it's okay.
Aunt Shirley getting squirrely. You know how it is. How does everybody like their eggs?
Too early for Shirley.
Way too early for Shirley. That's for sure. You know, I was always, you know, as a kid, as most kids are, like a scrambled egg fan, and then I was a fried egg fan for like pretty much my entire life. Right? That's just give me a fried egg, maybe over easy, whatever. And then when I started dating my wife, it turned into like a poached egg situation. She's a poached egger, and I tell you what, man, poached eggs and toast with like some bacon. That's good. That's something else.
Yeah, I didn't really know there was other ways to eat eggs until I became an adult. So
I feel that. I know. Never had a poached egg until I was a grown man, which is, you know, it is what it is. Maybe I had one as a kid. I just don't remember. But anyway, what about you guys? Yesterday we got right into it. Feel like I got called out for it, which is A-okay. You know, I want to make sure everybody feels like, you know, if you come here for the chop shop, that you get the chop shop. We don't want to get straight to business. And so we're chopping it up right now. What kind of eggs you like? What's your egg? Do you eat eggs? I couldn't imagine not having like an egg in the morning sometimes, right?
Yeah, I you know, I've gotten weirder about eggs and animals. I think I'm becoming like a vegan, bro. Like
I don't have a
eat.
Go ahead.
No, it's just eating little baby chicken fetuses is
oh
just
my God,
like
it's not that crazy.
Well, it is twice
but
in my
that's
life.
what it is.
Twice in my life.
Listen.
In my life. I took at least 5 years eggs free on two occasions, because twice in my life
because it was a chicken.
I cracked open an egg and it was nothing that you could eat, and it was the most repulsing thing you had ever seen in your life. Twice in my life that's happened to me.
Bro, I was baking a cake. I was baking a cake high one day and cracked an egg and dumped it into the cake batter and thought a chicken was in there. And was like, spent like 20 minutes digging through this cake batter because I was like, I saw a chicken go in there. There was a chicken in there. There wasn't.
So I like over hard eggs. I don't know if you guys ever had those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are like the it's just perfect consistency. And I like putting that on a sandwich. Like I always eat an egg breakfast sandwich. Like if I eat an egg, it's got to be on a sandwich. I don't really like the yolky part. Like the texture of it has like this weird. It's great, but it's the texture of it. It's something about that weird after feel of it that just gives me the chilies. It's almost like the same thing that Captain Crunch does. Which
the viscous. It's like that. The coating, the viscous coating.
Yeah, dude. I literally want to dive off like the highest mountain after that. I literally can't get it
straight to brushing your teeth. Like get that out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like take a butter knife to my tongue and shit. Like, come on.
That was a terrible representation, Jay. I know.
I'm stunned. I'm straight up stunned. If you're watching the live stream and you just watch Turbo pretend to brush his teeth, holy Christ.
Good. Can we clip that?
We're going to clip that, and that'll be private. There's no way that's going public, unless it's public. It's live stream.
Unless you saw it live, you know what I mean? It's fine.
That is not how you brush your teeth. Brian. Matthew, you had your hand up a second ago. Please, let's go to Matthew.
Why do your parents are out of the house?
It's only 7 minutes in, dude. What the hell? This show's gonna be bad.
Only 7 minutes and you're already crushing it.
Oh, wow.
I am a big GM. I am a big scrambled eggs fan. And I think too, I've been eating a lot of hard-boiled eggs. And this has been great because I just started the Arnold Schwarzenegger biography. And if you want to feel terrible about yourself, you should read this book. This guy is a beast.
Have you gotten to the point where you how many eggs he would eat a day, like while he was training?
No, I haven't gotten there yet. This is like before he leaves like Austria. He's like won Mr. Universe like twice now, but yeah, so I just love, like, you know, we do healthy body, healthy minds, healthy portfolios. After you work out, you just gotta put a couple eggs down there because like the protein is just so good. They're just really lean. And I agree with you, like Turbo, like I'm basically 85% vegan, but I think eggs got to stay in my diet just because I like them in my ramen. Yes. And I like good like egg breakfast and stuff like that. So eggs got to stay.
Yeah, I mean, and then there's certain things that eggs go into that you want to enjoy throughout your life. Remember, you only get one chance. I think that's a fantastic idea, Matthew. I think tomorrow. So guys, get ready. Everybody that's here and listening, and if you're going to come back tomorrow for the Friday show, have an egg ready. Because after the workout, we're going to eat a raw egg. We're doing it.
Eat a raw egg?
That's what you do.
You just made him.
Oh yeah, that's what you do.
That's what you
put it in
do.
the blender and just
You
drink that stuff.
Yeah.
You get fucking salmonella.
No, you won't.
No, that's from eating raw chicken, not
I'm
chicken
dying.
eggs.
I'm fucking dying. Oh no.
Now wait a second. So you mean to tell me you eat raw chicken? Hold up. No.
Nobody eats raw chicken, but you can eat a raw egg. That's what like the bodybuilders do, man. You want to have that? You want to get those? You want to get yoked, dude? You got to start eating raw eggs.
Gotta eat the yolk to get yoked.
Yeah, I don't like this. I'm like gagging in my mind thinking about this tomorrow, but I'm gonna do it just like everyone else is. That's gonna come up here on stage. We're eating an egg tomorrow after the workout. It's mandatory.
Quick story.
I'm working out this morning, and I'm on the treadmill right now, and I don't eat breakfast anymore. I fast, and I only eat one time a day. But if I was gonna have eggs, I like them every single which way.
Just cooked. But we're having one raw tomorrow, Max. So make sure you tap in tomorrow for breakfast.
I'm gonna have to go get eggs. I'm glad we're eating it raw because I was like sitting here thinking to myself, he was like, "Yo, I'm about to eat eggs." I was, like trying to play up what you're about to say in my mind, and I'm thinking like, if he says we're cooking an egg, I don't even own a fucking pan right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd have to cook it on the actual just flat top of the stove.
Dude, get your car heated up. Just rev that engine and put that thing on the engine block. You're fine. You don't need no pan.
Yeah, that's like a thing. You can do that.
Oh, I would, but I got a Tesla.
Did you get
the battery gets hot, doesn't it?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know Tesla. I'll rev up that Kia and get them eggs cooking. You know what I'm saying? They said those are some of the best cookers. This is the big Kias.
I love my Kia.
No one says that.
No one says that. But hey, I love my Kia Telluride. I know you do. I don't know if anybody in the crowd's got a Kia Telluride. Now, I'll tell you one thing. If you would have asked me several years ago, hey, man, do you see yourself driving a Kia? I probably would have laughed. Like, no, dude.
Hey, wait a minute. Did you say a Kia Telluride?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That thing is.
Man,
in the game?
A Kia Telluride is not a Kia. Don't say a $50,000 to $60,000 vehicle is a Kia. No, we talking about like the $20,000 no AC, just the one that's rolling down. Though that's the Kia. The Soul.
The Kia Soul, yeah, the one that they had the hamsters in for the commercial.
Hey, now don't sleep on the Kia Soul. I had one and I loved it, man.
So did I.
Kia Soul, good on gas, fun to drive, and will disappear.
My buddy had.
Bro, when I was.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say when I was in Fort Drum, Fort Benning. When I was down in Fort Benning, they were doing the Kia Souls buy one get one. That shit was the craziest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Buy one get
one.
Man,
The Kia Soul or the Kia Rio.
Oh man,
they're like, come in and pick up two of these bad boys. I'm like, why do you need two? Like, that was terrible, man.
One for the missus.
Why would you buy a car that is branded with a hamster?
Hey, man, listen, I had one. Don't sleep on the Kia Soul. I'm telling you, it'll surprise you.
I'm just telling you, man. The Telluride. Well, let's go back to the Telluride really quick. This thing drives itself. I can literally go down the highway, and I could be on my phone. I don't even have to pay attention. As long as like you have to, it's got like a sensor in the steering wheel, right? And if you use your leg, if your leg touches the steering wheel, that counts as the sensor. You literally, and it will stop itself completely now. There was some update to the adaptive cruise control recently, because once it came to a complete stop, you'd have to re-engage it by pressing the gas pedal. Now you don't. Now it just re-engages itself. So you literally, all you would have to do is, if you need to get off the highway or if you need to turn your car, like this thing will do everything for you. I love the Kia Telluride, baby.
See, it's not a normal Kia. We talking about no AC with just the radio.
Roll up
keyless
windows.
entry.
Who's old enough to
Yeah, like
remember
it didn't
roll up
have
windows? Who had
Yeah.
roll up window,
It
a car
didn't
with
have
roll up
soul.
windows? I know I did.
What about those seat belts that
Yes.
only like when you close? Those things were death
This
traps,
is the
man.
ones that
You
would like
close
get
the
you
door
in the
and they're
neck.
yeah.
Or to get stuck, is to go back and come back, go back.
Yeah, we had to cut one off my son one time. He had, but it wasn't like one of the old ones. It was like actually one of the new ones, but it had gotten locked so tight that we just could not get it unlocked.
Oh wow.
We literally had to cut the seatbelt. Yeah, that shit was scary, actually. Not be able to get your child out of a seatbelt. I mean, even though like it's those irrational moments in our lives, you know, and it was like that, bro. He was just like,
he started panicking, and that makes you like, I don't want him to feel.
yeah, because we don't. And I just see him strapped to the like back of my seat, like just like strapped in. He's screaming, arms flailing. I'm trying to get this thing undone. I can't. I'm like, just get a knife, we'll cut it. That was expensive though. It cost a lot of money to get seatbelt redone.
I was gonna,
so.
you know, no joke. That was gonna be my next question to you: is what's the deal to get a seatbelt replaced? Because you can't say fuck it, like, you know, we're not replacing the seatbelt. That doesn't work.
Yeah. I can't remember what my mom paid for that, but it was a pretty good amount of money that she paid to get that seatbelt redone. So
That's interesting.
hey, you know what? Glad it wasn't my car. That's what I always say. You know, when bad things happen, you know, I'm just like, glad it wasn't me. You know, and I just keep smiling and, you know, thank my lucky stars.
Hey, man. This is really finna show how country I am and being from Alabama. I saw an older guy took the seat belts from a junkyard. He mounted it on the front of his tractor, and he used the seat belts to snatch motors out of the cars. No lie. And once the seatbelt get up, then he pushed the buckle to release it, and then he got another little mechanism where he take it loose. But he was literally using seatbelts to remove motors from cars.
Like a little engine hoist. That's funny.
Exactly. Yeah.
So seatbelt material, very strong, very strong. I'm gonna definitely keep that in the back of the mind. Because if you can pick up a car motor with a seatbelt,
you save a life.
definitely do some things.
You know, you can save a life with it.
Save a life.
Yeah. So
I
where are your
think
seatbelts? Click it or take it, baby.
The 550 card is the same material as the 550 card.
What did you
Oh
say?
shit, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have cord in the military, and it's like it comes. What is it? It's 550 feet is what's on the roll. Instead of cost 550 cord.
The braking strength is 550 pound per strain.
That's what it is.
Breaking point.
Is it like that thing that, like, you know, you have like the emergency bracelet that if you untie it, then
Yeah.
you got like a lifesaver? Yeah, I got like one of those in like the camping kit and stuff.
Nylon. It's that tough nylon type stuff.
There you go.
You know what my thing about seatbelts is though, Jay, that really grinds my gears. You know, it really burns my rear end about seatbelts.
Burns your motor? What?
Yeah, is that, you know, like I can get a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt, right? It literally doesn't affect anyone else, right? Like in the immediate action, right? And so kind of the argument is, right, like if we don't wear our seatbelts, we don't have insurance, then we get hurt, then we got to go to the hospital, right? And it becomes a burden to society, right? Because you don't have insurance. I feel like if that's the case, then people who are obese, you should be able to get a ticket. You should be able to ticket them at McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like, so if they're eating like fast food and stuff, like you should be able to come in and give them a ticket like, yo, you've got to do better. Like you're killing yourself.
Wow.
Right? I mean, that's my thing. And it might be a little bit
Why are you
aggressive.
picking on fat people, Turbo?
That's the health.
I'm not.
That's
I'm,
like
just, I'm saying I want people to be healthy.
No, real quick. No, you saw what New York did when well, what was it? What was the guy? Was it the governor of New York? He put into like the sugary drinks ban thing where you couldn't get a soda like over 16 ounces or whatever. You remember that shit? Like that didn't go over well. Like there's the health police is not a thing. Nobody wants to be policed on their health. You just got to take care of your own. And I think with the seatbelt thing, while I agree with you about seatbelts, is that literally I'm not bothering anybody but myself, especially as a motorcycle rider, right? Like I ride motorcycles. Like what a seatbelt in a 4-tired trap box, like is whatever. But what I understand also is the other side of the equation, where if somebody hits you and you're not buckled up and they end up, vehicular manslaughter, that could have been prevented if you were wearing your seatbelt, and now there's multiple lives affected.
And also, if you are in a rough situation and you lose control of that vehicle and get ejected, that's was one of the arguments that we had to sit in those classes. I used to drive school bus when I had the restaurant open, so that was to get the insurance for the thing. So it keeps you from being ejected out of the vehicle and losing control. Now you have a 1,000-pound bullet that no one is in.
No, that's no good. That's no good. Speaking of school buses, that's one of those things. So today we're like in the conversation that we're going to have here. I appreciate you, getting through the chop shop with us. Got to have that. That's fun. I definitely laughed today. I needed a little laugh. It's been a fun morning. So today we're going to be talking about like smart cities, autonomous vehicles, how that applies to things like the blockchain, right? I got an article that I found this morning. Busan city, they're developing a public blockchain. They're going to make it the blockchain center of Asia, right? So Busan city is going to be a blockchain that will be compatible with Ethereum and Cosmos. The government, the administrations, they set out like $75 million to really go ahead and enhance the infrastructure through some of these plans. And what is it? They plan to implement blockchain technology in a range of sectors, including tourism, finance, logistics, and public safety, right? And so that's kind of like the theme of the conversation today is, how is blockchain going to change the way, cities operate? How does this work? And like, because this is really interesting stuff. And you're seeing, Asia doing something like this. And I don't like, this is not to be like conspiracy theory, but like, you've seen, what's happened in Hawaii, and like the government of Hawaii said that they want to make it a smart city. Well, if the citizens of Hawaii lose control of their land, and seems like that's what's happening, and they make that a smart city, like, does that then become a blockchain center for the United States there in Hawaii, or at least like, a small little section to try it out and see? These are all interesting things. Again, not to be conspiracy theory about it.
Smart city doesn't equate to blockchain smart city, though. You know what I'm saying? With all the other tech out there, it could have nothing to do with the blockchain.
Well, no, I understand that, but like this Busan, like they said that they are implementing blockchain into this smart city. So like there's the example of, yes, they are, the whole goal is to implement it into the blockchain. I have no idea what the plan is in Hawaii. But this example of, this South Korean city, 100%. Yeah, the whole goal is to put it on the blockchain and make it compatible with Ethereum and Cosmos. And so, how does that work? Like, do they put transportation? Like, do you have to have like all smart cars? Like, think about that. Like, once you have smart cars, does that eliminate traffic? Because if that does, tell you what, there's gonna be a lot of happy people.
Yo, big facts. I know we got Jonathan with his hand up. Let's definitely check in with him and see what his thoughts are. What's up, Jonathan?
What's going on, everybody? GM. It's a great day. I'm glad I'm off this morning, so I don't want to miss this space. But I did want to speak on a couple of things with that. The first thing I wanted to say was I did watch a video like 2 days ago where it was in another country, and they had cameras pointed on the street, like they always do at the stoplight. But they also had a TV screen up there, a little small one, and what it was doing was recognizing if you were wearing your motorcycle helmet. And if you weren't wearing your motorcycle helmet, the camera, the light wouldn't change to green. It would only stay red.
Oh, wow.
So they showed a woman who took her helmet off. How people take the helmet off at the light. They get hot or whatever. And the light wouldn't change. And it had like a red box on her face and telling her to put her helmet on. So when she put her helmet on, the light changed. Another guy was on his motorcycle with his girlfriend. He had his helmet on, but she didn't. It put a red box around her head and was telling her to put her helmet on, and he had to tell her to do that, and the light changed. I like it, and then I don't like it because everybody else is held up because you're not wearing your helmet. And I mean, I understand safety and everything, but it does seem like it may slightly take away from people's freedom to kind of, if they want to wear it or not wear it. But that was one thing that I was wanting to tell you. And the other thing was the thing in Hawaii. There's a lot of mixed stories about that from the local people that I've seen videos on of them not being able to go back to their land,
Right.
As well as like only it seems to be the lower, the people that aren't wealthy. They're the houses that actually got burned up, and a lot of the wealthy people's houses didn't. And local people talking about people with money coming together and already like looking at their lands to buy, to develop on for stuff like smart cities and stuff like that. So there's a lot of sneaky things going on underhand. But I am with the Aldo on. I think if all there were smart cars, I think there would be less traffic and less accidents. Because the human is the one that jerks the wheel and do all the kind of crazy stuff, texting
Right.
on their phone and everything while they're driving.
Well,
Computers don't do that.
Remove the emotional aspect of it, right? Or the negligence, and kind of just it makes it a system. Now, after talking to you for a second, now I want to hear some other people's opinions, guys. Remember, this is Web3 Breakfast. We've got our workout break that's going to happen in under 10 minutes, about 7 minutes from now. So make sure we're ready for that. But remember, this is Web3 Breakfast. This is a show for all of us. So if you guys want to participate, come on up and talk about this. If you got a perspective or an opinion on smart cities, autonomous cities, putting cities on the blockchain, whatever. It's just kind of, it can be a whole smorgasbord about all this stuff. But, even on the flip side, the negative aspect of it, what you just, we're talking about there, Jonathan, made me think probably going to lose a lot of privacy, moving over to a smart city, especially if it does go on the blockchain. Especially if you have like I don't know how we deal with digital identities, moving into the future where, right now it's just, I've got my .eth or my .x or whatever, and that's what I'm using and, with my avatar. But, once all of this does, and, say it is, on the blockchain, and now that motorcycle rider, pulls up to the red light and it scans the license plate. And so now this is on the blockchain, and what is it? It's going to pull up like, hey, jchains.eth, put your helmet on. Or is it going to like randomize it, like protect who it is? Like, how does all that work? And these are things I don't know if anybody knows any kind of, but it's all speculation.
Well, it would have to be, I mean, we always have to go back to the duality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really easy to get spun up on the bad things. You know what I'm saying? But if it's doing all that recording, right, then it should record all of the good moments too. Right. Like if we think of like from an insurance standpoint, right? Like maybe, if I was an insurance company and all my drivers on the blockchain, right? And then on top of that, right, the entire city is completely wired where everything is being tracked and monitored, and that information is being recorded because data is one of the greatest commodities there are, right? Mm-hmm. And then, they're able to say, okay, hey, Jay Change didn't wear his helmet, 7 times, but for the last 800 days, he's been accident free, and all these things. And so maybe it becomes like a kind of a balancing thing where you're getting live data that's doing that,
Listen, I'm sure, it's if you've got point systems now based on, the legacy systems in certain states where if you get get an accident, you get a speeding ticket, you get whatever, like they certainly ding you certain points, like that's where I'm sure it will all go, is it all becomes like a point system. And, it's you went, like you said, this many days, without an accident, but, we saw that you sped, this amount of time. So we're going to give you, this, whatever. Token Panda, what you got for us, man? GM.
Yo, GM, everyone. So yeah, the what was it? The data points or the live data, I think Turbo was saying. Man, that is Amazon already. The drivers for these cars, they've had forums and little videos and how they just can't stand driving the vehicle because they are tracking eye movement and using AI in the rear view mirrors to and then there's steps that you have to take to put the seatbelt on a certain way. And then if you're traveling at a speed, they know all of that stuff. And it's just one way that they've already made it normal for so many people that are workers for Amazon, and it's just going to roll into the cities. It's a credit score system basically. It's exactly what you guys are talking about,
and that scares the shit out of me, man. And that was like, our insurance company, that was, we got that offer where, if you sign up for the thing and plug the thing into the chip, like you'll get a nice discount, but then you'll get dinged like for fast starts and like hard braking. And like, I got a lead foot, man. Like if I'm the first one at the line and the light turns green, like I'm not going to hit the gas lightly. Like I'm like, let's fucking go. Like I start, like I'm not going to get dinged on my insurance because of the way that I drive. As long as I'm safe. That's insane.
That's some bad habit.
It is a bad habit.
Yeah, no shit. I definitely hate that, man. I hate maybes, right? Or like when people are like, "Oh, you almost did something." Like I hate that, and that's kind of what it is. Like, well, you were speeding, so you almost could have gotten in trouble or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, well, I didn't. So why don't I get rewarded for what happened, not for what could have or
that's
did not
Minority Report type situation.
Yep.
To mind the thought police or whatever.
Yeah.
We do
not need that.
And for those of you who are listening, if you're watching the live stream, definitely, if you haven't, check over on the live stream. Check out this picture of this smart city that Jay has up, because I want to kind of go through some of those, Jay. Like, there's some really good ones that I think, like the air pollution. Like, I never, that was one that I didn't think about, but I think it's something good to talk about for sure. Jonathan, what's up, family? We got a couple minutes till the workout.
I just wanted to say, dang, y'all kind of opened my eyes that Token Panda. I was wondering why they had those new advanced looking vans, but I see what's really going down. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw the first episode of Black Mirrors with Homegirl with the smart city and getting credits for being liked and everything, as soon as I seen it, I was like, this show is way too much on reality of what's coming. And it seems to me that as soon as that show came out, the first season, if y'all really go back and watch it again, a lot of the stuff that's in that show is happening right now or in production to be happening, with the Neuralink and everything like that. That connects to a part of the show. Those robots that we've been seeing that were the killer ones on the show are now actually out that you can buy. So it's just like, it's crazy how so many years ago, there was so much thrown at us as far as like what's to come that people couldn't even believe that it's happening. But what's easier to do to people to confuse them is to just tell them the truth, because they're not going to believe it anyway. So you can't lie and say that I didn't tell you. Yeah. I did tell you. You just thought I was playing. Right. I wasn't playing. I was serious.
Yeah.
That's I can add something real quick there if I could. That's just to the conspiracy thing, Jay Chains. They that's how they clear their karma and conscience in this realm, is they'll do all this evil shit, but yeah, it's your fault because we actually told you. So it's like they get away with it on a karmic level because the energy that is negative isn't coming back to them because they've shown it to us right in front of our face or whatever.
That's a great point. I think that we are starting to see that where it's not even hiding in plain sight anymore. They're starting to come out. Anyway, all right. We got a couple hands, but we do got to get to our workout, so we will get back to everybody's hands when we get back from that. Remember, this Web3 breakfast by the community for the community. Go down, hit the purple pill down in the bottom right corner, and bring some friends in here. We're gonna be getting our workout in. Remember, healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy portfolios. Turbo, what is your workout today? I think you got your big dumbbells with you.
I'm going flies.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get these flies right here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna sit to the edge of my seat. We'll come underneath the legs a little bit, nice and strong core. I'm gonna finish up at the top right there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna do flies then as well.
Hell yeah! What are we doing for the music today? You got one loaded in the chamber?
Man, you know what? I like doing the old intro song. It's great. You know why? Because it's got the instructions for the show. It's a nice greeting. It gives the rules, and just like, hey, like I just said, go down, hit the bottom right corner. It's got that in the song, which is fantastic. So we'll play that unless you got something lined up, unless we got something cool. Like if we ever get like another exclusive from Nessie, obviously we'll drop that. But if you got something, what you think?
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Like we can we'll definitely save those for Friday.
Okay.
All
right.
Hey man, what's going on with y'all, man? I would be sending you a song, J Chains, but I'm over here just like y'all, man. Web3 motherfucking mobility. I'm over here on the treadmill right now. I don't want to pant in this motherfucker like I'm having sex with a prostitute right now. Good morning, y'all, man. I love all of y'all.
GM, honest. All right, here we go. Let's get it, guys. Let's get that workout in, guys and gals.
Time to go. It's your opportunity to get up out of your seat. You can make excuses or you can make results. So let's go. Healthy minds, healthy bodies, healthy portfolios.
I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 breakfast, J Chains is the host. Good morning. What's up, J Chains? Turbo made it co-hosting. Yeah, they do their thing. If you savvy Web3, GM, grab a plate and a seat. Let's begin. If you got something to say, come and grab a mic. We got one rule, no delay. Alright? Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. On Friday, we got the Sorrow, 10 a.m.
Trying to get him on that speed. Let's go, motherfucker. Let's go.
Speaking mind with no regrets, but you serve us. Pizza on Friday, working off midway. Get the blood pumping, Web3 music is thumping. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast.
Out of way. Get one more. One more, Jay. One more. Let's go.
Bring some friends. If you start
Come on.
talk, you gon' stay
Come
to
on.
the end.
Push.
Bring some friends. If you start
Push.
to talk, you gon' stay to the
Oh,
end.
yeah.
Good morning.
Woo.
Great
I'm
job.
gassed, baby. I'm gassed.
Welcome back. Yo, healthy minds, healthy bodies, healthy portfolios, guys. Yo, thank y'all for tuning in. Yo, we're talking about smart cities. And if you haven't done so, guys, make sure you retweet out the space, go around. Make sure you add at least one new friend.
I like that.
You know, find someone in the crowd today and just make one new friend today.
Speaking of, speaking of healthy portfolios, I've been messing around with an auto trading bot on Femex. I put on like $150 into my account the other day, and up 22.54% today. Love it.
Can never be mad at that.
Can't
Anytime
be mad at that,
you hit these
especially
gains.
Hey, I didn't even do anything. I just turned the button on and let it run.
And definitely, speaking of gains, man, we better hit these hands right here. I have no idea what the order was. I think you, Jonathan Turvek Wingman?
Trevik Wingman, Trevik Wingman, me, Jonathan.
Okay, perfect. Trevik, what's up, family?
Oh, but Sapphire's
hey,
coming
how's
up,
it going, fam?
Just remember, ladies first.
Oh, sorry. Should I wait for Sapphire?
No, you're good. She doesn't have her hand up yet.
No, we'll see. She might
She's
just come
coming
in
up
just
now?
to
Okay,
disrupt
cool.
the show. Yeah.
I'll get mine in real quick then here. It's a contrarian take to you guys because, you know, with every water filled halfway to a glass, it's either half full or half empty. I want to take a different perspective on this smart city thing.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we are all in public, right? So I can see your face. I can take a picture of you. I can take a picture of your license plate, right? It's not illegal for someone to do that now. So honestly, you're not changing anything other than the fact that you get targeted for your actions. I mean, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
But let me give you a quick story. I was coming back from my daughter's soccer game the other night, coming through a rough part of town. It's dark. It's 2 lanes in each way. It's a divided road, and it's a clear crosswalk. I'm looking down at my seat. I had just changed lanes from the right-hand lane to the left-hand lane, so I'm kind of in the middle. And I'm going forward, and I look down, and I look back up. And as I do, I see 2 people, a man and a child, in the crosswalk that I am like a half a second of going through. They're in the other lane. Okay, they're in the right-hand lane where I was. If I had done that action, I would have killed 2 people. Not too happy about that. I am a confident driver. I always have been. You give me a steering wheel, I can drive it. I swear to God, J. James. Same way with you. I go off the gas, but I'm starting to get paranoid driving, and my paranoia is hurting other people. I do not want to be the responsible party of hitting somebody else because of my neglection. So in a smart city, I see it as they're trying to curb that type of action.
Mm-hmm.
I understand where everybody comes from on the Big Brother aspect, but there are some good things that they're trying to do with this, and hopefully that outweighs the other side. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And listen, I think, probably where we're going to see this really take shape, is like it's smart cities, right? In cities, major metropolitans, maybe to start, maybe some smaller just to get the testing in or whatever. But if you live in like Woodstock, Georgia, like I do, like I don't think we're going to shift into a smart city anytime soon. We're not there, but as cities, because a lot of the cities are older, right? And, like if you look at a city like New York City, I used to live there. Like, it's a lot of it is very, very old, and a lot of it could be remodeled and redone. Like a big city like New York would be a great place, to make it a smarter city. I don't know. We'll see. But at the same time, like, this is very, very far off. These are obviously just concepts right now because, you'd have to like completely redo infrastructure, I think. So maybe New York, it'll never happen. All right, let's get to our next hand. Was it Jonathan? Was it you next, Jonathan?
No, it was me, but I'm gonna let
Wingman go for it.
Okay. Well, two things. One of the things was y'all was talking about, watch the video, watch the live. Can someone please because I don't exactly know how to find it. So I guess if you could put the info out so new people coming in can watch it and find it. And another thing is that info that you was just dropping about the bots and just that whatever. Is there any way that you can drop that somewhere to get a link? This great knowledge. I definitely want to tap into it, and then clicking on wrong links and going to fake websites. Mm-hmm. If it's some type of way where that bot that you was talking about, I definitely want it. So if it's some kind of way to get that info that secure link, I definitely love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Femex is it's a big exchange. Yeah, I will make sure that we post links out to everything so that people always click. I love that. So thanks for asking, man. It's always better to ask and get the correct link than start looking for it and stumble upon the wrong thing.
I had my wallet to disappear, so my safety is definitely top priority. When you have your stuff disappear on you, you get paranoid.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right.
We did get that posted up in the nest. Is the YouTube link where you can go and watch the live stream. So nice. Thank you, Wingman, for pointing that out. And that's always a good reminder too, guys. About the whole link situation. I guess I should turn my cam back on. About the whole links. Just like always taking your time following links. I mean, like we have our family here, but it's always good to kind of look down and to see. You know what time it is? Let me see here. Oh, shoot, yo, we're going to bring it around the horn. This is the Web3 Breakfast Community Shout Out, man. Yo, what's up, Binks? We see you down there chilling. Grateful's probably out there. He's got some kind of job going on doing construction, but we see you. Thank you for pulling up. Yo, Carly, super dope PFP. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a profile picture. She's looking super snazzy down there. Make sure to check her out. Let's see what her bio says. I'm a Jane of all trades. I love that. Definitely make sure to check her out. I see Honest definitely down there rocking 93 chain. Shane T in the building. A kid called Love just dropping down because he's got work to do. And speaking of that, we got to get back to this show. This is a Web3 Breakfast, one of the best communities around. Thank you.
Hey, I love when that happens. I say that every time.
It just comes out of me.
I say it every time, man, when you're done with it, and I mean it every time. I love that. That just makes me happy that people in the crowd, because you never know, man. It might give someone the chills, like, oh, I feel special today. And I hope that if you get shouted out, you feel special, and maybe you feel inclined to come on up here on stage with us and chit chat, chop it up, be part of the conversation. That is what we love. That's what we're here for. We want to hear from everybody. We just have the one rule: don't be a douchebag. No racist, sexist, or homophobes. Other than that, everybody is welcome to come chat on the Web3 Breakfast stage. All right, let's get back to it. Is it Jonathan now? I believe so.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay. I will say, like, if they do come out with a smart city and it's something affordable, I would like to have a place there. Of course, I'm gonna have a place in the regular world, but it would just be cool to just try it out, even if it was like an Airbnb or something, just to see how they really gonna do it whenever that day comes. But I will say on the other sci-fi note, I found out about, I forgot what country it was. It was like 2010. They were starting to work on the artificial womb, and they were using deers to actually work on that. And now as y'all have probably seen, I hope y'all have seen, that they finally like really perfected it. And to me, it's crazy at that factor, because as the turmoil and energy right now of men hating women and women hate men, which is kind of crazy, that they're trying to create, ways for them to birth children. And, they're trying to do like the CRISPR and things like that, is that they're really trying to add it all together. I mean, a smart city with, we could eventually get to the point where some people aren't even born from a human. You know what I'm saying? Like they're created in a lab.
Yeah, that whole concept is absolutely mind-boggling crazy. And just a quick PSA, I do want to shout out to all the beautiful ladies out there from Turbo 7 and I, from the Web3 Breakfast crew. We do not hate any women. We hope that the women don't hate us. We love you all. We love you. So we're not part of that. I promise you.
I love them all.
How could you hate women? Like how could you hate women?
We're not part of that generation, man. We're not. That's not our jam.
Hell no.
Nope. We behind every.
Call us old school.
I still firmly believe, and I'll put me on the record for this. Behind every good man is a much better woman. 100%.
Hey, Jay Chains, that goes both ways. Behind every evil man is a woman too. So it does go both ways.
Shit. Damn, I never thought of that. Man, you talk about duality, man.
Hey.
Yeah, babies in the CRISPR. Hey, I do want to get to Mel. But I do definitely want to. I want to bounce around this little map up here, Jay, and get some thoughts on some of these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that I worked on a smart city back in I think 2019. Or no, not long. It was like 2017. I don't even know why I'm this worried about the year, but anyway, I work in private wealth, and that was some of the investment calls that we took was the beginnings of these smart cities. So like the one they have up in Atlanta. With the baseball field, and that they're building them all over. And I think that like there's way more like in this than kind of what we're conceptualizing, because we're so caught at the surface, right? It's like when you're standing in the forest, but you're right in front of the tree, and the whole forest is behind it, but we're so stuck on that one tree. And so I definitely want to bounce it around there and get some of your thoughts on some of those things. But Mel, what's up, family?
Hey, yo, what up, y'all? What's good? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, I'm sorry. This sounds like a real serious conversation, and I usually read the room, but I just wanted to make a left turn at Albuquerque real quick, right?
Good.
So first off, women, I love women. I got all their albums, right? Second thing is, they talking about these smart cities, right? So let me just make this left turn. I'm on this stupid shit today, so y'all don't mind me. So I'm looking at the smart cities, and I'm like, what's the point of smart cities and we full of stupid people out here, right? So I'm gonna leave that there, because last night I took my aunt to go out and eat. I haven't seen her in 8 years, man. I was like a fucking kid all over again, and she even did the whole pinching my cheek shit and all of that, because she was the queen of pinches, whether you were good or bad. But that's how she showed you she loved you, So we're sitting there, we went to Angry Crab, right? And I was like, yeah, you want seafood, auntie? I got you. Like, whatever you want, anything you need. We sat down and ate. Service sucked ass. I love Angry Crab, right? Got to get the bill. It's like $200 fucking for the bill. I was like, oh shit, what did we order, right? I'm like, all right, sure, auntie, whatever you need. And I'm sitting there sweating bullets like, God damn, that's 200 beans. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I want to make her happy. So the chick didn't put the tip on there, right? And I was just like, all right, so we give her a tip. But she put numbers at the top. This is how much it costs for 15%, 20%, 30%. I was like, all right, that's nice. So she didn't charge me for the tips. I said, all right, let me be a good guy. Let me go over. And I gave her the debit card. I said, here, just swipe for a tip, whatever. Like, 15, 20% is fine. So this is what I mean by stupidity. I came back to you to give you your tip. You charged my debit card. And I went and I checked. Every time my card swipe, I check that account. I don't be playing. And she charged me 2 cents. So I was like, do I go back and be like, honey, you only charged me 2 cents? But wait a minute, this is your money. So this is your fuck up. Do I go back and be like, here, no, swipe it again? Or do I just leave? My aunt looked at me. She was like, nephew. She said, fuck that shit. Let's go. I got to get up. I got to get ready for a church convention. I was like, all right, fine. Let's go. You said fuck it, then it's fuck it. I left out. So I'm looking at it like, like, you can't be stupid like that. Like, listen, I mean, some people trying to do the right thing, but, you know, you got to be on your Q's and, you know, P's and Q's. But I'm all off topic with y'all. Y'all serious up in here. I love y'all to death. I just want to shout everybody out. Yo, Honest, what up, man? Yo, y'all know Honest was on the blue team at the Road Money Mansion party. Yo, I was done. But shout out to, it was a shout out to everybody, man. I just want to shout y'all out and say I love you all, man. And, you know, thank you all. If you've been hitting me up, you are definitely on my list of when we're not crypto broke anymore. You know, we're crypto rich. You know, we all going to get together, I'm sure.
I love that.
So, you know, big ups to y'all, man. Web3 breakfast. Y'all always doing it up, man. Make a brother hungry, man. Making me hungry.
I appreciate
Sapphire, what up, baby?
Appreciate you being
Jonathan,
here.
what's poppin'? Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for having this space. Always.
Always. You know that. That's what we're here for. So I was looking really quick, guys. This is what we should do. I got this idea. I was just looking at apartments that you can buy in Busan. So we can buy a 4-bedroom apartment for $250,000 US, right? So we get the Web3 breakfast DAO going on this. And so everybody, it's like a little timeshare that we got in a smart city. We Airbnb it out so everybody gets rev share on it. And you know, you get a week a year or whatever, however it works out, 2 weeks a year or whatever. And you know, you can either rent out your time or go and visit and check out the smart city. That's something that we should think about to do in the future. So if you want to participate in that, go down, hit the bottom right corner, retweet the space while you're doing this, but just comment on the post saying, hey, add me to the DM group so that I can get information about the smart city DAO.
Is that something you seriously talking about, or you just blowing hot air?
Oh,
I'm
man,
with that.
Listen, we're about to get our money right. We're about to get our funding, and we are about to literally be in every vertical you can imagine. And I think, you know, real estate is something that's never going to go away. And so if we can listen for 250 grand, like, you know, if this thing turns into a blockchain hub in Asia and it becomes a virtual an actual blockchain city, that will be a tourist attraction for everybody that's in this industry. And as the ecosystem grows, and I think, you know, getting in on the early side of it is probably smart. That's my opinion. I think real estate is it's speculative right now. I think we're about ready to see here in the United States, at least, you know, the whole industry probably take a massive shit, but we'll see. But I think that there are opportunities throughout the world, and that's not something I've ever, you know, paid attention to, international real estate. But I think it's time that we start doing that, especially as we see our country go into the shit. That's just an opinion.
Well, they're buying. The other countries are buying our country. You know what I'm saying? So we should probably just start stocking up. And when we get close to the end, I do need to have like just a quick little chat with Matt, because I have some stock questions for him. Kind of want to get some of his ideas on the climate. But Honest, man, you've had your hand up for a hot minute. Unfortunately, there is no legal action, of course, that you can take for suing the Web3 Breakfast, unfortunately. But I will go ahead and just apologize. We're going to send you out a gift card for $5 for our Web3 Breakfast merchandise store. It doesn't have anything in it yet, but when it does, you got 5 on it. What's up, Honest?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I just screen recorded that, bro, and I put that in my archives because I am sure going to cash that in at some point. We was talking about smart cities, man, and hey, the shit sounds so good. And I looked up do we have anything close to a smart city in America? And it came up with Las Vegas. And if anybody knows about what's going on in Las Vegas right now, man, that smart city has became a hub for hackers and for ransomware, and it's all bad right now. They're still going through it, you know what I'm saying? So with all the good, you know what I'm saying, and making stuff easier and accessible, and you know, just simple. With that comes that, you know what I'm saying, comes that danger. And right now I feel like with how Vegas is going, it's like if we do get a smart city, we're definitely gonna be susceptible to what Las Vegas is going through right now. And if we get a smart city where we're you know, if anybody stayed like in a condo, like a high class condo, These condos be having the restaurants already in them. They have the grocery store in them. You know what I'm saying? They got the liquor store already in these condos. And if you really think about how smart cities are in these what they call them 5-minute cities or whatever, 15-minute cities.
Yeah.
This stuff right here, when you're looking at it from that perspective, you start to see like how dangerous it can become. Because you know what I'm saying, you could be that person in your condo or in your 15-minute city, and some like hack comes through, man, and you ain't even accessible to go to your you can't go to your grocery store now. You know what I'm saying? You can't have access to your funds and stuff.
Yeah.
We all know, we as pioneers to this crypto space, we know where this technology can go. We know where the red flags are. But if we keep, you know what I'm saying, we're not the majority. Everybody in this space right now talking, we're not the majority. The minority. We are the minority. We are the small bit, because we actually understand what's going on in the future. The rest of these people, they're going to be more willing to give up everything to these smart cities. They're going to be willing to give everything to these banks and this technology and stuff, because it's going to make it simple. And that's what smart cities is. It's really a simple city. It makes everything simple. And with, you know what I'm saying, with everything good comes everything bad. And so it's like, I think it can be dangerous as much as it can be good.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. I think, you know, when looking at this map or this image that we've got pulled up, if you're watching the live stream, I mean, if you look at it, honestly, there are some things that are very beneficial, you know, like the intelligent shopping. We've seen that, you know, with the Amazon. Amazon's got that now, where if you've got your Prime account, you just pick something up, like it charges you. That I think is fantastic. Like, is there probably some things that need to be worked on for that? I'm sure. You know, water. I've heard some things where, you know, you set your water temperature. So it's like, you know, when I take my shower, like I want it to be 84 degrees or what, I don't know. Like, so, you know, your smart temperature knows to heat your water up before it delivers to you. So you're not wasting that, you know, 4 or 5 gallons getting your water up to your temperature. Like, it's heated up and then delivered to you when you need it. There are several things that I think, you know, again, we're going to trade convenience probably for some kind of privacy, but at the end of the day, some things.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. That was the one I was going to ask you. Up in the top right corner there, open data. You know what I mean? What, like, you know, I think open data, man, would be one of the greatest things that we could have. You know what I'm saying? If a community had a complete open data like communication hub, you know what I'm saying, where the entire community has the opportunity to be able to communicate and engage with each other, dude, that would be huge. But again, on the other side, you know, like what Honest was talking about, you know, we're so susceptible to being hacked. I mean, MGM paid out $15 million of that $30 million ransom, you know, really? to the hackers. Yeah, they paid out $15 million.
Oh wow!
And basically they were like, you know, and everybody's like, oh, like, well, why are, you know, like, or, you know, why would they do that? They don't have a fucking choice.
Well, they're
you know
losing
what I'm
like
saying?
$2 million
like,
a day or something like that. Like, the longer this went on, like the more money they lost. Like, yeah, just cut the bait at 15 million or whatever, and just move on. Like, it's going to save you. I mean, because you have to think, like, not only is it the hotel, like the employee. I was reading an article. The employees are having such a hard time, and I mean, these are just regular people. These aren't, you know, the $1 jillion casino owners. These are just people like trying to have a normal life.
Well, I just got a message in that Circa paid $60 million for theirs. So
did they just
like
go after
see your weakness?
Oh wow. That's crazy.
I mean, and it's nuts, right? I mean, so I mean, like, yeah, you know, when we think about these smart cities, I think, you know, Honest definitely hit it. And Jonathan, I'm coming right to you, man. I forgot about you there, bro. I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna go to you because I completely forgot my thought, because I was like, man, I'm being such a jerk here. So, Jonathan, go ahead, family.
I will say I didn't know that there was a smart city for Las Vegas or the hacking, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. For any of my anime fans out there that have seen Ghost in the Shell, that is definitely where we going with the hacking and everything with the Neuralink. You know, I know y'all know that the movie itself, the anime, was talking about all that, like the future of having you know, bio, you know, connected to computers and everything, and having all these robotic arms and things like that. I feel that's where we're going. If it stays on the trajectory and we do all right, we'd probably end up at Cyberpunk 2077. I just think that, yes, it definitely has its pros and cons, but I've been I've been waiting for this kind of stuff since I was a little kid. So it's cool to me to see. I know that it has its downfalls and everything, but to be honest with you, I still just want to see what's going to happen and be a part of all this new tech because I really like tech. I like learning about different stuff and learning about it very early. When people scoff at it and be like, "Oh, that's never going to happen," it's like, dude, right now there's nothing new under the sun, and there are so many things being done behind the scenes that we don't know about. That we don't know what's actually what is actually possible at this point. So really, technically, anything's possible.
That's the thing, man. Anything you can think it, man. Like it's probably going to happen. I mean, you're looking back at this map. I mean, you got to think about stuff like this, and this is something I was just thinking about. Right, is smart health. Obviously, you're going to have to find a way to protect the identity. But now, like like you can target outbreaks. You can target things like, okay, so this specific city, like now all of a sudden, this specific cancer's, been on the rise over the last couple of years. Like, what is causing this? Like, and with that open data, again, obviously you have to protect the user, the individual itself. It just becomes more of an analytic tool, right? But there are so many things that would benefit society, but again, they will always come at the cost of some privacy. But that's just that's just how things advance.
Bro, when it comes to smart health, like, dude, like our VA system is so freaking flawed. Like our healthcare system for veterans it's free. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like, you get what you pay for. Yeah, it's free. Like having something like smart health, man, would be huge because like the majority of time that like a lot of the time that's lost is just paperwork and like, oh, well, we're going to like, dude, I went to get my freaking tags. I didn't tell you about this. I've had an issue with my registration for my tags because I have veteran plates. And so we get them for free. That's like kind of a benefit. You get free tags. So I wanted to switch them. And they're like, well, we can't switch your tags because you have to send $1 to the state. $1. And I'm like, can I just give you the $1? No, we can't take the $1. Can I drive there and give them the $1? They're like, no, you have to mail it. Check or money order for $1.
What is this, 1985?
Bro, I had an aneurysm, bro. Like, I'm like looking at this poor lady and I'm like, I know it's not you. And she did everything to help me. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm trying to like hold my composure together because at this point, like, I just want to start like destroying the DMV. Yeah. But I didn't. And I just got a check and I'm like, I'm going to write this for $1. And then they're going to cash it the day that I don't have any money in my account. So then it's going to bounce that check. So I'm excited for it, bro. I'm ready for it. Just like these hands. What's going on, everybody? Jonathan, what's up, family?
I'm not gonna lie, Wingman and Sappy were before me, so I'll wait and go last.
Doggone gentleman, and Wingman, I know you know what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? You could.
I just gotta call you guys. Come right back to me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, we were gonna gentlemanly go to you, so that's damn it. All right, Sapphire, we love you. Come back soon.
The problem with
Wingman
cities right now.
Smart cities.
Hey, I was gonna let Sapphire go first, but she would have to follow me back. She hadn't followed me, and I've been following her for a while, so I'm a little salty about that. But
good for you. That's how you get it done.
But no, I want to tap in something to think about on the aspect of the smart city too, and definitely utilizing the blockchain. Will definitely the pro and the plus to that, because like did I just imagine, with that being said, and I'll notice it with the little scooters that they have throughout the city where you can just take a cell phone and utilize the scooter. Now imagine that, a couple college kids get together and they actually fractionalize a vehicle. Now they have a vehicle in front of their dorm or in front of their apartment, and, they actually legit own it with their NFT. When they graduate or move to a this, that, whatever, they sell that NFT to a freshman or whatever. Now they have access to that vehicle legally, and can benefit from it some type of way. And it just is so many aspects to utilize sharing ownership of something in that smart city, or it's sitting now would be a great opportunity. Mm-hmm. And then something else, when he was talking about for the downside for the hacking and this, that, whatever, by us being the pioneers in this space, we need to come together, find at least 5 problems and have solutions for those problems. That is how we get the bag. Find a problem, have a solution. When that problem arrives, they come into whatever we decide to call ourselves, the Web3 breakfast, problem solvers or whatever. Now we are providing a problem to a solution. That's how you get that bag.
Dude, it clicked in. We're the blockchain busters. Who you gonna call? Blockchain busters.
I don't want to be a buster, bro. They're gonna be like, yo, there's them busters over there.
No, not busters.
Look, there's them
We can be
busters right
Bustas with an A. No R.
Yeah, but you put an A on it. That's even that might even be worse.
A busta? A busta's worse than a buster?
Hell yeah. I don't be no buster. You buster.
He sounds like
you
a
know
true
what I'm
buster.
Buster?
Yeah.
Hey, Buster.
Hey, Buster.
Hey, so
You
Buster
better come over
Rhymes.
here,
So,
Buster, right now.
Here, I'm gonna get Buster Rhymes on the show, and I'm gonna have you tell him that he's a puss because he goes by Buster.
Okay.
All right. That's your job.
You know I'll do
That's
it.
your job.
You know I'll do it.
I know
you know I will. And speaking of like giving introductions. Yo, what's up, Pyro? Pyro in the building. Yo, if y'all ain't following Pyro, you are wrong. You're dead wrong. That is the greatest human being in the Web3 space, the purest soul. And if you ain't following, you are a jerk. And I'm just gonna stop there. What's up, Pyro? How are you? Thank you for coming.
I'm sorry, Pyro. You're following me, and I wasn't following you. I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
fix
following
that.
you right
Fix
now.
yourself.
I love all this.
Fix yourself right now.
Public shaming
I had to
today.
fix myself too.
No,
I had to
no,
fix myself.
Pyro boo.
no apologies needed. I love y'all. I just had to come jump in here because I just saw all these legends in here, and I'm like, dang, what am I missing out on? Then I heard the hack thing, and I laughed at that. I shouldn't laugh at that, but I did because it was a pain in the butt, and we went round and round over whether Vegas made more money on me because of it or lost money. I'm not sure. So we went to the Mad Apple show, and we were in the VIP section. And so, of course, like the waitress comes around and she does all of our drinks. And then she's like, cash or card, cash or card. And I'm like, well, hell, here's a card, but how are you going to run it? And she's like, that's not my problem. And I'm like, well, okay, then. So there was that.
Hell yeah.
I'm here to take your card. See you later.
Right? I was just like, well, okay. So anyway, I left her cash for her tip because at least she needed to get paid, right? So
there you go.
I was nice. But yeah, at the end of the thing, when you put your money in the machine, it sucked because it was like, okay, if you want to cash out, somebody has to come give you cash. And so if it was less than like $20, I'm like, do I sit here and waste all my time or do I enjoy Vegas? So yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I either just hit that button a million times and just lost all my money or eventually cashed out if it was worth it. So I'm not sure how that worked out, but anyway.
It was a psyop. The whole thing's a psyop.
Right?
Yeah, just to get people's little change. Dude, if I'm playing a slot machine and I get under $1, I leave it in the machine. I don't even take it with me.
You know what I do? I cash it out and I go find somebody sitting and I'm like, here you go. And they all look at me like I'm totally stupid, but it's fun.
Yeah. It's the worst, Pyro. It is the worst. When I'm sitting in a machine and a stranger walks up to me and they like slide me this piece of paper.
63
like,
cents.
Hey,
doc.
They're like, good luck. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I look at it and it's 42 cents. I like look at them with scour. If you're not watching on this side, look at them, Pyro.
I guarantee you wouldn't look at me bad. You would think that girl was crazy because I just smile, right? And it's like spreading confetti. I'm like, here you go. Here's some extra.
Yeah, because you're too nice, Pyro. Like you even like you exude niceness out of you just being around you. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna say nothing mean to her. That's why you're getting free drinks from the poor lady. Thank you for tipping her though.
Well, hey, it's like at that last moment, they might need it for that very last spin. And I have to say, my husband, one time we were waiting on the Blue Man Group and he gave me like a $20 bill and I went and played slots for like an hour and I got down to $2.54. Then when we got out of the show, I was like, can I have some money? And he's like, where's your ticket? For your $20. And I'm like, it's $2.54. Like, no more. Am I going to go sit down? I'm going to have to come find you. And he's like, not my problem. And y'all trust me, my husband really isn't a jerk. It was just really funny. And so I was just like, as stubborn redhead as I am, I'm like, you know what? Fine. And so I went and then I made like $400 on it. And then he's like, who gave you money? I'm like, no one. I really won. And he's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah, see, that's what you get. So then he was like, fine, I'm not giving you money.
This nice person that I gave 42 cents that was sitting next to me, and they hit like a major jackpot off my 42, and they went ahead and broke me off a little piece. No, Jay, I got to meet Pyro's husband, Jay. You would actually really like this dude. Is like a man's man. He's like a cowboy boots.
He's a cowboy. I met him.
Yo,
actually,
dog. Yeah.
Shout out to Pyro's husband. Shout out to Pyro's husband. He is one of my best friends. Whenever we pull up, man, he's gonna come up and give me a big old bear hug. That big country man, bro. I love the shit out of him and his wife. Man, it's a fucking blessing to see you, bro. And if he's anywhere near you or when you see him, tell him I gave him a GM and a GA and a GN.
I sure will. He loves you.
Oh,
but yeah, Jay Chain's actually got to meet him too. So it's a good time. Now he's dedicated, and after Vegas, he came back and made his Twitter profile, and now he's been hanging out more. So y'all get to see him more.
Hell yeah!
So
Yay!
Awesome. Oh, bring him to a space. We'll definitely look forward to connecting soon. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us today.
Yo,
For sure.
How you been? It's been a minute.
Well, I was laughing. I put it in the comments that unfortunately we all left Vegas with COVID, and I was cracking up because I'm like, there was no ransom on that. But it's all right. It's all right. We're all good.
Oh man. Oh well.
Yeah.
Gotta
hit these hands.
Absolutely. We'll go to Sapphire. Sapphire, I know you've had your hand up, and then you put it down, and now you're back. So what's up, girl? GM.
Yo, I miss you guys. I'm glad to be here. I was just gonna quickly touch on the smart city thing, and then what you all were talking about, like the health tech that they're doing. For the smart cities, I don't think we have as much choice as people think we do. And I think too, it's not as far off because it's literally baked into the sustainable development goals. And even the legislation around agriculture and the cars and all that stuff is shaping around there. So it's gonna happen, I think, sooner. And it's not gonna be as pleasant. But when it comes to like the health tech, I mean, obviously it's being promoted as all the benefits, and we'll be able to all this biotech is going to benefit a lot of people. Or even when we get to things like CRISPR and being able to not only genetically modify our food, but genetically modify people. The one thing I think we don't think about is like those things are beneficial. But who do you think is going to have access to that? What type of people do you think are going to actually be able to make these alterations and have their progeny benefit from this? It's not going to be your regular schmegular middle and lower class. So as much as these advancements would be beneficial for humanity, it's only going to be available, one, and accessible to only a certain sect of people, in my opinion. So how beneficial is it if it only benefits one group, and we know the prevailing group that would benefit?
Well, yeah, Sapphire. I mean, of course, you know what I mean? We're not going to let poor people come in and just like ruin our smart cities, like we're going to just continue the divide. Duh, you know what I mean? This is America.
I know Jay Kane's talking about changing his water temperature. I'm like, I'm in the wrong tax bracket, I swear.
Yo, you make a great point though, Sapphire, for real. I mean, like, that is one thing that we don't really think about, man. The overlords are the people with the money that can doggone build these cities. You know what I mean? And they're gonna be the ones with the keys. But but that's where the DAO, right, like that we were talking about, and being able to collectively come together with our resources, which isn't just money, right? There's our skills as well. Then we have an ability, guys. Like Honest had said earlier, and I wanted to correct him, but I always get a little nervous because if y'all don't know, man, this guy's like, show up and beat me up. But he had said that we're the minority, right? And for so long, they've been beating that into our heads. We're the minority. We're minority. We're the minority. We're not, guys. Like, we truly collectively are the majority, but they've segregated us and separated us so much that we have made ourselves the minority. The moment that we truly learn to come together collectively and work and move towards a common goal, which is the formation of a tribe, then we will have the power and ability to build these things. Because those people with the money that want to build the smart cities, they're calling people like myself and Grateful and the other, skills workers and, the Sapphires of the world to sit on the computers and to take the calls and all of these things. They're using us, that we don't get to enjoy it. So the moment that we switch our minds and we lock our arms together, we can have these nice things. Jonathan,
Well,
what's
even
up,
in
bud?
the States, aren't the Latino now a majority? Like, isn't that old diatribe of us of people of color being a minority already being confirmed is not valid anymore?
Well, I think Sapphire, that it's not at this point in our evolution or whatever where we are in life. It's not about the number of people. It's about the power of the voice is what determines majority and minority. We've gone away from the power structure of the collective.
I like that. And that's why collaboration is so important. Jonathan, let's get to your hand.
I will say I love you, Sapphire. Thank you for what you just said, because that leads right into what I'm about to say. And the thing y'all talking about, the health tech, I watch a lot of documentaries and stuff. And I watched a documentary many years ago, and this was over they did like a scenario of the tech that they're gonna be working on. And it was probably like 2010 when this came out, and it was for the year 2050. And the things that they showed for health, like this guy falls out of a window, hits his head on the ground, and instead of them him having a hematoma and all that stuff, what they did was they took his blood out, put in a special solution into his body, and kept him alive till they got to the hospital, and was able to keep him alive and work on his brain and everything, and then retransfer his blood into him. But the crazy thing about it is that the breakdown of all of it was still based on money of your insurance, like from having the low package to having the highest, which I think was like diamond or gold or something like that. And when you hit that level, they were able to 3D print your organs for you to get your organs back from your stem cells. And if you wasn't a person that had that high package of insurance, it was more like Repo Man. Jeez. You had a metal organ in your body. And I don't think a lot of people seen it, but I watch anything that's dealing with tech that's futuristic. I have to look at it if it's documentary. But it goes into what y'all talking about. It's still going to be based on how much money you have and how much money you put into your insurance package, like it is today, for you to get the best stuff. So you either get a 3D printed, your own organ back, or you get a metal one like the Repo Man, which y'all seen that movie. You know what happened. If you don't pay your bill, that fool come take it from you. It don't matter where you at.
I like to own all my assets.
Well, don't forget, Magic made it. What up, Ayo?
He did. What up? Yeah, it's hard to jump around on all these topics right now. But as far as like the health insurance, that's why everybody with Amazon, as soon as they took insurance over, because they were going to base your insurance off of like what you're ordering. So you can order food through Amazon. So I see like something big like that. That's why people don't like it and do like it. But I don't know who said at the beginning of it, they were talking about the smart cars moving around. But you said you're in a not so bad neighborhood. And I was like, well, do we get penalized for rolling stops these days? I don't know. But for the smart cities,
the California
work. Yeah, like do we get penalized for that?
No.
A bad neighborhood.
No,
yeah, you go through a bad neighborhood, bro. You got to roll them. You know what I'm saying? They probably just look where you are, and they're like, and they actually give you credit for rolling the stop sign. They're like,
oh, good. That's a point. Yeah, that was a good one.
Good. He knows what to do when he's in the city, for sure. And I know we are coming to the end, Jay, but I did have to ask Matthew a quick question.
Yep.
About the traditional stocks. Matthew, are you there, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, man, I don't know that there's going to be a major crash, man. Like this pressure is looking like things could rebound. After the fiscal year. I wanted to kind of get your thoughts. I mean, like obviously oil and the pandemic are, like big things that could, play a big factor, but a lot of companies are, coming back with, in the profits, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really, to me, it seems like we might have a good winter. What do you think?
I think that it was, as expected, the rates were not changed, but the Fed kind of gave a little bit of a hawkish note that they were going to keep rates higher. So you're going to see a lot less volatility, so a lot less upside in fast time. The velocity of money is a bit slower now, so it's probably a good time to continue to dollar cost average and things like that. I think it's best to try not to envision sort of those black swan events or those large events that may trigger market upswings or downswings. It was interesting to also see Instacart's IPO as well. We've had a pretty slow couple years of IPOs. There just hasn't been any interest, but we've had two fairly successful ones, oversubscribed in the tech space. So I think that that's always a good sign, especially for new investors. I think the end of the year is going to be very telling, just kind of how we go into the next year. But always remember, as we get into Thanksgiving in December, you see a lot of tax loss harvesting. So you're going to see, a little bit more volatility on stocks that people are trading pretty typically, like a GameStop or a Tesla or something like that, just because folks are going to try to, harvest some of those taxes. So I think it's best to, again, just kind of stay on the long-term path and just kind of keep adding where you can and automate.
Boom.
Appreciate that.
All right. Well, what do you think? That was a fun one. Matthew, thank you for that answer there. Thanks everybody for participating today. Smart cities. I think we're still undecided. We'll have to talk about this again. Y'all have a great day today. Do something fun today. It's Thursday. The week is almost over. Come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. We're going to have a pizza party, little Web3 breakfast music and pizza party like we always do on Friday. So we'll chop it up, have a good time. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.